everyone, Lily Novel here. Welcome back to my channel, Lily from the Novel. Today I'm so excited to film this video for you because today we are reviewing the new book Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling. I'm so happy to actually talk about this. I have read it like a month ago at least. I was so excited to just sit here and talk with all of you, but I just didn't really have time to actually do this filming contraption thing, and I finally do now, so yeah, let's just get into it. So if you don't know, or if you haven't already seen, here in Sarajevo we had actually a midnight premiere of this book, and I was the one who actually moderated the event. And if you want to see how it was here for us in Sarajevo, make sure to check out the links down below in the description. So firstly, without any spoilers, I really want to say that I was so excited about this book. The book is good. The writing didn't really bother me. Like, I feel like the play was a really good way to actually make a sequel. I feel like if she had written the full-length novel about, the just next generations, it wouldn't be like the same Harry Potter. There would still be the people who would say, oh, she did that for the money and stuff. So as an example, I'm going to take The Lion King and The Lion Guard. Take Pokemon, for example. They're not as same as they were, so many years ago. Things like that. I'm gonna take those franchises and series for example. Book generally did live up to hype. I have certain problems with it. I never thought that J.K. Rowling had imagined this type of sequel. For me, in my head, there was something else. Characters were different. Our trio was different. So as for the non-spoilery part, I'm actually just going to conclude it with the fact that I didn't really expect this to be a sequel. I actually thought it would be something else entirely. So if you have read the book, make sure to just continue watching to the rest of the video, and if you haven't, please exit now. I don't want to spoil anybody, so spoilers start now. So firstly, I really want to talk about the trio. Harry, Ron, and Hermione are really confusing for me in this book. Looking at Hermione in the alternate worlds, in the alternate, times, if she hadn't married Ron in one of the alternate universes, she would end up just as a regular teacher. Being teacher is really good, but for her, she could have aspired to become so much more, just as a minister of magic as she was. Hermione was supposed to be presented as a strong female character, but why was her ultimate destiny, why was her dream dependent on Ron? I mean, I don't really grasp that. Is that supposed to be like, okay, if you don't find the true love that you're supposed to be, just with, you're not gonna achieve that end goal? And I don't think that particular message, I don't know if J.K. Rowling wanted to send that message out there, but that part was not good for me. The fact that Ron was drunk at the wedding, why did she do that to us? Harry was really strong character throughout the first 7 books that we had. Why did he end up being so insecure about being a dad? He didn't have his dad figure in his life, and that was a bit hard for him to grasp, but he is such a strong, intelligent character that he should have known how to, just battle his father-son battles with Albus. I think that should have ended up differently. The other thing was, we didn't really get much of Harry's other children, Lily and James. I wanted them too in there. I felt like this is just an episode of a TV show. The Time Turner was another thing that they had to face, and they were battling through and stuff. It didn't have as big of emotion. Probably that was the difference between the script and the movie. It didn't have the spirit, didn't have the, the gist of it was not complete. In one of the other alternate universes that Time Turner got us to, we saw Snape. When you read Snape's sentences, could you ever imagine that Severus Snape could actually say that? I mean, I know that they're all different in different universes, in different times, in different situations, but Severus Snape, I don't think would ever say that to Albus or in front of Ron and Hermione, the sentences that he actually said. He was supposed to be a bit of a closed-off character. He wasn't supposed to know just to shout out his feelings. Even though we know his feelings towards Lily, towards Harry, towards everyone, those were supposed to be kept inside as a part of Severus's character. With this book, with this script that we had here, we actually went to a future, just to see what actually happened with Harry and Hermione, with their kids, what actually happened with the magical world 19 years later. I felt like the past should have been untouched. The moment of Lily and James's death, we actually were able to be there. But I felt like J.K. Rowling should have left that moment untouched. That was such an intimate moment for James and Lily to save their child, and that was so selfless from them, and they didn't need the audience that actually J.K. Rowling has set up for them. That's what I had a problem with. I loved the book. I loved that she had made a sequel, and I loved that she had actually shared her opinion about what would happen later with all of us, with her fans, with the fans of Harry Potter. But she should have, that is my strongest opinion, she should have left these things untouched. When I found out that Delphi was the daughter of Bellatrix and Voldemort, that was like, okay, you literally answered every single fan's wish. I also shipped Bellatrix and Voldemort, but it just seemed so unnatural to me. Not in the physical way between two of them, as it was like unnatural for a lot of people, but it was unnatural for that character to come up. Scorpius and Albus, I loved them to death. They're so adorable, both of them, and I love their characters and I love their portrayal. Draco, nah, not as much. I don't really like the way that Draco was presented, just because, again, he was given too much, you know, too much liberty to express his own feelings, just as Snape was able to do. Those characters were supposed to stay closed. I don't think that they should have had a time to actually express those feelings on their own for us. So just as for any other book in Harry Potter series, I have given 5 out of 5 stars to this book. I think that everyone should read it, and of course have their own opinion on what Harry Potter's future should be like. Just have your own imagination, and don't kind of give pressure to J.K. Rowling to actually write something else. This is just her part of the story, her way, the way she had actually imagined it, but I don't actually think that this is the true way the book should have ended. The 19 years later shouldn't be looking like this, I don't think. And all this time I'm looking at this just as another fanfiction. I feel like J.K. Rowling has actually written a fanfiction for Harry Potter series. That is of course just my opinion. I'm not criticizing the writing, I'm not criticizing her. It is not what I expected. It could have been much better, and I'm not gonna say that to the best author of all times. She knows what she's doing, of course. But yeah, I just have that one opinion that I really wanted to express out there, and yeah, here it is. Again, I do have to mention that you have to go over to another video that I made about the midnight premiere that we actually had here in Sarajevo of this book, and it was such a great night. I was so happy that I got an opportunity to moderate it. It actually happened in the bookstore that I actually talked about here in this video a couple of times, Book Spa, and yeah, it was just an amazing event, and hopefully we're gonna have many of those coming, and of course I'm gonna be updating you on them throughout this channel, of course. Make sure to check out the links that I'm going to leave down below for you in the description. Check out my social media. Like, comment down below if you have read the book and what do you think about Harry Potter sequel. You need to tell me that. And subscribe for more interesting and fun and bookish videos like this, and I'm going to see you next time with another video. Bye!